What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're gonna break down the vocal mixing I did for All Eyez On Me. I read all the comments in the previous breakdown, and I'm very glad that you liked this kind of stuff. So you asked it, so here we are. We're breaking down the mixing for the vocals. No big intros, nothing special. Let's dive in and see what's going on with the vocals. First, let me play the song.
Yeah. All eyes on me. Head first in the scene, got a bone that just needs to be picked with the cats on my screen. Putting gold in the teeth when they're up in the street and they're pissing their money on lean. It's a sight to be seen with a scope. Don't get too close, you might see the joke, cause they only be talking about bitches and money. Well, most of these jokers are practically broke or just fucked in the head. Passing the critical level, I'm on a mission to meddle with any threat that put mumbling shit. In the culture we love and we'll spread to the day that I'm finally dead. Pass me a pad and a pen and I'll give you a lesson on having some fuck your respect. I got nothing to show for the shit that I wrote, but a couple of views at the back of the shed. And a number of minutes that I'll be getting to finish another version of my lyrics at the top of my limits. Will you be ready to listen to all the shit that I've written about diminishing emotions under any condition that I've been going through by living all my life as seen? No bullshit, don't got plan B. Know by the way that I flow at the top of my lungs when I jump on the stage, you'll see. All eyes on me, eyes on me. On the mic I'm free, all eyes on me. Eyes on me, it's all I wanna see. All eyes on me. This is one for the books.
Let's start with the main vocals and the chain I use. So the first plugin I used is a preamp from Sound Toys, and what I like to do is boost the bass and the treble, play with the input and output because it gives some saturation, and then I play with the dry and wet knob and blend it how I like. So yeah, that's all for the preamp, and let's move to the next plugin, which is Abbey Road Vinyl, the light version, because I just wanted the color of it, and that's all. No crackle, no noise, nothing. Afterwards, I use a de-esser. I de-ess this frequency, almost 6K, and let's see how much reduction I'm doing.
This is one for the books. Vets being killed by the rook, cause I had what it took. Most of you bitches were shook while I was just pulling your strings and releasing the hooks from the ones who would rather bite. Instead of picking up a pen, they don't like to write, so they use your shit when it's time.
Not that much. When the SS hit, it brings them down, and that's what I needed from this plugin. And next, EQ. I cut until 85 Hz. This is the area we don't really need, but it depends on the voice. For some artists, I'm gonna go until 70 Hz. For these specific vocals, I end up on 85, and just a small cut on the top until 16 kilohertz. And that's all for the control of the low and the high end. And then I just do a few small cuts around 500, 600 and 1K. It's probably the room, so frequencies that the room brings to the recording, so I cut those frequencies, and the maximum I do is -3, -3.2, so not big cuts. And then I use this amazing plugin for my favorite mixing engineer, Andrew Sheps, and I use the saturation a bit. I use compression, but in parallel. I didn't use it 100% wet. And no, I didn't use the EQ at all. No, not. I tried, as you can see, I tried to do some boost and cut, but nah. Anyway, So it basically for the saturation and the compression, the parallel compression, and then another EQ for boosting a high shelf, and I boost at 138 hertz. And what I try to do is no Google, I don't need you, sorry. So what I try to do is find the frequency that make the vocals fuller and warmer without giving too much low end to the vocals, because we don't really need that. That's all for the EQ. Then the decapitator for more distortion and saturation. As you can see, I use the punish button, and then I just blend it to the original signal. Sometimes I use it as a send, not an insert. But in this case, I use it as an insert, and it worked pretty well. Next, it's the nectar from isotope. I don't use it that much now, but what I used to do with this plugin, and it's a great feature that you can apply to your vocals. I start with vocal assistant, and then I keep what I needed. So I just keep the good stuff. So for example, I keep the EQ. I'm not sure if that EQ is what the assistant gave me. I might tweak that, but otherwise I keep that cuts on. And then the de-esser, I use it from 4K until the high end. For this I just boost 5K, because after the de-esser usually you need to boost some high end, and I just blend some of the reverb this plugin gives me. So that's all with Nectar, and let's move to the last plugin, which is Vocal Writer. It's very helpful plugin. It keeps the vocals in a consistent volume, and especially if a singer or rapper is very dynamic, it brings them together without using compression. So as you can see, I didn't use any compression at all except for the parallel one. It's another technique that you don't use any direct compression and you do it parallel, and I will show you in a bit what else I did with the compression. Then I'm sending the vocals through a parallel compression bus. I use the CLA76 in left and right mode, not in stereo mode, actually in dual mode, that's how they call it. And I play with the tag and release, so I separate the signal a bit and then limit it with an L2 limiter and blend it with the original signal. And then I use this reverb for the vocals. So let's hear it.
Away from insanity, I won't lose. No more take your shit for my views. Proudly.
Cool, very cool plugin. I distort the signal as well and compress it. All these moves usually do it separately if I don't use this plugin, but this one gives me everything I need, so why not using this instead of 3 or 4 different plugins? Next one, delay. I use a Cowboy Junior. Is it Junior? I think so. That's the settings I used. Nothing crazy, a lot of saturation to separate the delay signal from the original vocals. And then I compressed it. I do a sidechain compression actually. Let's see, yeah. And that's the first compression I did. So when the vocals play, the compressor start working and brings the delays down. And then an EQ, I cut a few areas that mask the original vocals, and another sidechain compression, which control more the delays and let them be more present when the vocals stop playing. And that's all for the delay. And this one, I have no idea what it is, so let's hear it. Okay. So in some cases I do that, so I pitch down the vocals. So in this case, I pitched it down -8 semitones. I EQ it, and then I compress it, and I blend it with the original vocals.
Van moose, I be getting to settle up in a lesson in metal, but now I'm thinking that it's all in my head. I didn't grow up with nothing, but I still wanna be something, man. If you thinking that I'm bluffing, better watch where you tread. I got too much pride, not much room, still gon' get.
Cool. Alright, let's move to the backing vocals then. I cue first the vocals, cut the frequencies I don't need. I don't like boosting for backing vocals. I prefer cutting, only cutting. I use this to give some distortion.
All eyes on me. With the cats on my screen.
It's a very good plugin. Then I use the CLA vocals for some reverb, delay, and compression. And then vocal write it again to control the volume. And then a limiter for the peaks. Pretty straightforward chain for the backing vocals. I'm sending the backing vocals to a parallel compression. I use this compressor for the backing vocals, and then I use this plugin in parallel to make the backing vocals wider. That's all, nothing else. And then I send my main vocals and my backing vocals to a bus and compress them together and boost some highs with this plugin. And that's everything I did. Alright, I hope you like it. Let me know if you want me to do something else with this mix, to show you something else, maybe the mix pass, maybe whatever, the mastering. I'm more than happy to share my tricks, my tips. Just let me know what you want to learn, and I'm very happy to show you. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Comment, like, subscribe, follow. You know what to do. You know all this good stuff. And I see you in another video.